In the shadow of the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, where the horrors of the nuclear disaster still loomed, 5 adventurous students embarked on a journey that would take them to the edge of terror. Igor, Yulia, Sergei, Katya, and Alexei, all students of science and the unexplained, ventured into the forbidden zone. Armed with Geiger counters and backpacks filled with camping gear, they aimed to unravel the mysteries that clung to this forsaken land. Their journey began with excitement, as they documented the mutated flora and fauna. But as night descended, so did an overwhelming sense of dread. They set up camp near the ominous remains of Pripyat, a city frozen in time. As the night wore on, the students sat around the campfire, the flickering flames casting eerie shadows across their faces. Unease gnawed at their souls as the sounds of the forest grew more unsettling. Unearthly whispers filled the air, and shadows danced beneath the pale moonlight. Sergei, the most cautious of the group, nervously scanned the surrounding woods. "I don't like this, guys. It feels like we're being watched," he said, his voice trembling. Katya laughed, trying to dispel the tension. "Sergei, you're always the paranoid one. It's just the wind in the trees and your imagination playing tricks on you." But the unease persisted. The forest seemed to close in around them, and the feeling of being watched became undeniable. Igor checked the Geiger counter, which had been ominously silent until now, and it emitted a faint, erratic clicking. Igor's face paled. "This can't be right. The radiation levels shouldn't be rising like this." His hands trembled as he held the device, and the others exchanged concerned glances. Sergei, still on edge, insisted, "We need to get out of here. This place gives me the creeps." As if in agreement, the distant howl of a wolf echoed through the woods, sending a shiver down their spines. Yulia, usually the boldest of the group, whispered, "Igor, are you sure you're reading that thing correctly?" Before Igor could respond, the ground quivered beneath them. The Geiger counter fell silent as they felt a deep, resonating thud. The students stumbled to their feet, staring in disbelief at the trembling earth. The moment passed, and they found themselves standing amidst the remnants of their campsite, the campfire extinguished. Their sense of unease deepened, and their curiosity outweighed their fear. They decided to investigate the source of the disturbance. Soon, they stumbled upon a concealed entrance leading underground. It was an old Soviet military base, long forgotten and buried beneath the weight of history. Deciding to explore, they descended into the darkness. Their flashlights pierced the void, revealing rows of long-abandoned equipment and dimly lit corridors. The air was heavy with the stench of decay. Fear clung to their throats as they ventured deeper, uncovering classified documents and decaying remnants of experiments. In a dimly lit room, they found an old communication device. With trembling hands, Sergei tried to activate it. Static filled the room, but then, a voice whispered from the past, recounting the horrors that had unfolded in this very place. One by one, they listened in horror as the voice told of a monstrous bear, the result of cruel genetic experiments gone awry. The creature, disfigured and driven mad by the radiation, had claimed the underground base as its lair. The voice grew frantic as it detailed the students' own fate. The bear had awoken from its torpor and was closing in on them, driven by a savage hunger and an unquenchable thirst for violence. In sheer panic, the group tried to flee, retracing their steps through the labyrinthine corridors. But the bear was relentless, its monstrous roars echoing through the tunnels. Igor was the first to fall, his body torn apart by the beast's immense claws. Yulia's screams reverberated through the underground complex as she, too, met a gruesome end. Sergei, Katya, and Alexei were pursued relentlessly. As they neared the exit, the bear closed in, its hulking silhouette blocking their only escape. With no other option, they entered a small chamber and sealed the door behind them. In the chilling darkness, they huddled together, listening as the bear's enraged roars reverberated through the walls. They left a recorded message, a desperate plea for anyone who might come across their haunting tale. Their lives had unraveled into a nightmare, the consequences of their curiosity and the relentless horror that Chernobyl had birthed. As the bear's relentless assaults continued outside, the students knew that their recorded message might be their final testament, a testament to the monstrous legacy of Chernobyl that they had unwittingly become a part of.